Hi guys, welcome back to AFTV. Got some breaking news to discuss. So we've gone live here on a Sunday. I was just enjoying the Australian Open final. Don't know if we've got any tennis fans in the building, but yeah, Nadal, what a comeback. I don't know if you guys like tennis, but yeah, it was nice of David Ornstein to drop this breaking news after the final, literally a minute after. So cheers, appreciate it. Been a long time since I've actually been on a live just myself. But there was some breaking news and we got to talk about it. Could be here for 10, 20 minutes. I don't know. We'll take some comments, get your thoughts. But that breaking news is, as you can see from the thumbnail, the title, the ticker down below, and I've got the tweet here. David Ornstein has said that Barcelona are nearing an agreement with Arsenal for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, be a loan until the summer. The main issue left to resolve is the salary. Would be a major saving for Arsenal, but no loan fee or buy obligation or option at all. No incoming deals close either. So, a lot to break down there. We'll go kind of quite literally word by word, sentence by sentence to kind of break down as I knock my mic. You can see I don't do this from home stuff too often. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about almost pretty much sentence for sentence, line for line, what it kind of means for Arsenal, and what's left now, because we've got, some quick mental maths, 24 plus maybe, it's about 30 hours. There's about 30 hours left of the transfer window, and things are really, really quiet. I know Arsenal fans on Twitter were having their fun yesterday with the Alexander Isak stuff. And I'll be honest. There was a moment for a sec where I thought this all looks a little too convincing. But obviously things have gone so quiet, and but it was fun. I've got to say, credit to Arsenal fans. They absolutely, they know how to keep us entertained on Twitter during a transfer window. Just gonna double check an audio setting very quickly. Yeah, all good. Right, so let's get into this news and we'll take some comments. Let's have a look at what people are saying. Savarine, I think, is spot on. James, so risky, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. That we're gonna, as I said, we're gonna go sentence by sentence on this, but let me just give you my kind of thoughts really, really quickly. I think Arsenal would be absolutely barking mad to let first teamers go, first teamers of quality of that ilk go without having how do I put it? Just without having replacements in line, or at least feeling confident that something could be coming the other way, or having a degree of like reassurance about what we're doing in this transfer market. The one thing I'd say though, and notice I said first teams, I didn't specify Aubameyang, and the reason I say that is because while I think Aubameyang, we know he's on a big salary, he had that big contract, we know the quality he's got as a striker, we know, and people say, oh, he's finished or whatever. I don't think that's true. I don't think he's a player he was, but I don't think he's finished. I still think he's got a lot to offer. Where I think it gets quite interesting is if you're Arteta and Edu, let's say, and you've had a falling out with Aubameyang, I'm not going to go into the details of it because, quite frankly, I think there's way too much we don't know, and I'm not picking. So I don't like it. I don't think anything should go on this long, nor do I think. Oh, sorry, TTM is saying this video quality is finished. Apologies, I think I'm having a few internet problems. So yeah, my bad. I'll see if I can get that sorted. What I was going to say is, if you've got a player that you don't want in the, you don't want at the club, and you're looking to move them on, and you got an offer from Barcelona, and they're willing to even cover some of the wage, they're willing to relieve some of the financial strain of having a player of Aubameyang's quality at the club, are you not almost more likely to take that, even if you've not got a player coming in, because you're thinking, well, either way, we can do some financial good for the club? If you've drawn the line that we are not keeping Aubameyang, he's not going to play, he's not a part of our plans for the rest of the season, then maybe you're going to sanction that deal regardless of whether you've got incomings or not. The one thing I'd say though is I don't like that, and I think whatever's going on, Aubameyang will want to play football. He's always given his all to Arsenal, even in bad form. He's always given his all, and I'd want to see that a manager can find a way to just say, right, we have our differences. I don't know. Let's get through the end of the season, and then we'll leave this in a better place in the summer. Okay, I've rambled on. Let's talk. Yeah, people are saying video quality issues. I'm very sorry. This is a breaking news live. We're just going to talk about it, not for too long. I know the video quality is all over the place, and internet's a bit mad. So apologies, but thank you guys for being here. Here's what Ornstein has said. I've read it out before. Let's just go again, sentence by sentence. Barcelona nearing agreement with Arsenal for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, loan until summer. So, first and foremost, great move for Aubameyang. I know Barcelona aren't the club they were before, but still, I think we'll get loads of goals. I think La Liga is a great league for him. I don't think he's played in La Liga before. I know he's done Serie A, the Bundesliga, Premier League. So, amazing. And by the way, every player, no matter where they are, wants to be able to say, I've played for Barcelona. So, happy for him. Brilliant. Loan until the summer. Cool. I mean, that makes sense. I can imagine from Arsenal's perspective, there's a sense of how do I put it? Let's see if maybe he can go and play well, and then his value will go up for the summer. So I don't think Arsenal are too worried that this is just a short-term deal. Then also he says the main issue to resolve is the salary. Now, I'm not going to go into kind of what the speculated salary is, but we do know, he's paid well. He was put on a big contract at the club. And Arsenal are going to want to try and Arsenal are going to try and get as much of that off the books as possible, but they're going to be realistic that Barcelona aren't going to go and pay the whatever reported amount it is. And we know it's well over 250K. I think it's something like that. So, how is that split? Do they pay 50%? Are Arsenal still going to play? Are Arsenal still going to pay? Half his salary from playing at Barcelona. Again, he'd probably be playing that. They'd be paying the full salary if he was here, just not playing at all. So maybe that makes financial sense for Arsenal. But again, main issue to resolve is the salary. I can't imagine that this is being leaked to the media, especially via, really reliable sources like David Ornstein and The Athletic. If parties weren't convinced that this is probably going to get done. Ornstein then reiterates this would be a major saving for Arsenal, but there is no loan fee or buy option or obligation. Again, I think this plays into Arsenal's hands in that they'll be thinking if he goes and performs great, then there's more value in the summer. He's only 32, by the way. So, Aubameyang, 32 today isn't what 32 was 20 years ago. He'll be in great shape. He'll still have a lot of years to a lot of his best years still to give. So yeah, I understand why. I think there were other clubs outside of Europe looking to bring him in, and I can understand why he wants to still be playing his football in Europe. And Barcelona, yeah, good option for him. And then Ornstein, the news we don't want: no incoming deals close. That's the latest. He's not ruled anything out. He's just said nothing's close. So, I think it's a good move for Aubameyang. I think it's criminal for Arsenal to be letting all these first teamers go. Aubameyang, Maitland-Niles, players who, added depth, players who have quality to offer. I think Aubameyang is still a very, very talented striker and goal scorer. The problem is, I think Arteta wants something really particular from his strikers in terms of the role they play, and Aubameyang probably doesn't fit that. Well, I say probably. I mean, look, there's been some nice moments. You think of the flick-ons to Smith Rowe for his goal and his goal against Villa and the assist that Smith Rowe got against Spurs for Aubameyang's goal. He's shown that he can drop in and try and link up plays, trying to do those things. Doesn't come too naturally for him. And we know that there's obviously been, the disciplinary issue with the North London derby back at last season in March. Where I think he turned up late essentially and was dropped to the bench, didn't come on in that game. And I think there's been a few more disciplinary issues, but that's really all we know. We know he went, I think, to France to see his mother. I think the reports issue there was a confusion about his return time. I don't know. From what we know, I'm not saying there's not more to it. I keep knocking this mic. From what we know, it feels that everything's just got a little out of hand, is a little harsh. But I do think there's probably more we don't know. Taj says Arsenal can't even sign a parcel, let alone players. Glenn says it's January. We never do anything in this window. Oh, we brought in Aubameyang in this window. Matt isn't impressed with Edu's transfer dealings. Ked says trust the process. Black Magic says we need Nketiah out too. I don't know what's going to go on there. Maya says Isaac, here we go. Yeah, that's the one striker in terms of the big profile one that some journalists from kind of all around Europe or the world are saying, yeah, this one kind of might happen. It's just still very unlikely. But if kind of one very big high profile deal were to happen, it's probably Alexander Isaac. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Oshan says, oh, where was it? Oshan says Edu's been sleeping all window, it seems. Now, I don't want to give false hope to Arsenal fans because I have no inside information. I don't know anything. I'm not even going to do the whole like I've heard something, but I don't know. I genuinely I haven't heard anything. I don't know anything. I'm just kind of trying to put evidence here together. I think letting Aubameyang go, and there were other journalists that said that trying to reintegrate Aubameyang was the last option for Arsenal if they couldn't bring a striker in. So I don't think Arsenal would sanction this if there wasn't something rumbling in the background. Now, they might feel that either way, if they can't get their top target, as I said, letting Aubameyang go, covering the wages, financial benefit to the club, they might feel that that's a good deal to do regardless because he's not playing. He's just fundamentally not playing. But I do think Arsenal would have tried to maybe reintegrate him if it kind of got to the end of the window. They couldn't bring anyone in, and they thought that they were too light in that position. So the fact that letting him go tells me that I think they are definitely working on something. There's a lot of other little things that I'm keeping a lid on now, but I would get very wound up about if nothing happened, if no players came in. Example, and I'll say that Edu is more than welcome to post whatever he wants on social media, and he's more than welcome to live his life and enjoy a cheese board and a glass of wine or champagne or whatever. Live your life, I know the situation. Sometimes we think football's everything. Football's not everything, and that's absolutely fine. But I think it'd be amazingly misjudged and what's the word? Let's just say he's not reading the room if he were to kind of post on his story, cheers with a glass of wine and sort of having a nice chill Saturday, Friday night, or whatever it is, when Arsenal fans are desperately looking to him to salvage our hopes for top four. It's little things like that I just think, surely you're not that tone deaf. Surely you're doing it because you are confident in what you're doing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading into something far too much. But it's little things like that I think, come on, know your audience. See what people are saying online. Understand what the fans are feeling. That followed up with the news that Aubameyang could be on his way. We had news on Friday that Nketiah could be close to Newcastle, but he's obviously out in Dubai at the moment. I'm just refreshing my Twitter feed to see what else is maybe coming up. I think Arsenal are working on something. I don't think they're close. With all that whole Isak stuff that was happening yesterday, what struck me was how many no journalist came out and said that Isak was close. Not even ones that, and I mean this with all due respect, because I know how hard journalists work. I trained as a journalist. I know how difficult it is, and I know many in this industry. But not even the less reliable journalists, the one that you go, oh, you're just guessing like that. No one was really saying anything about it, which I thought was quite weird. Normally, you say no smoke without fire, but there was just kind of no smoke other than a car plate with 1.5 AAK on the back. So the Isak thing, I'm not sure on. Really, I'm not hopeful. Even though there was some kind of weird evidence that was popping up yesterday. I see he's trending. I just look on Twitter. Oh, yeah, Alexander Isak's trending. Isak, so I keep getting it wrong. Where was I? I'm just rambling here. I don't know. I'm not confident. Shearer says, get Lautaro. Yeah, what a signing he would be. But again, you're not going to get him, especially because Inter are having a good season. AOK says Arteta cannot handle big players on big contracts. Ooh, that's tough. Noble says nothing's actually going down. Matt says Isak's got 8 goals in 25 games. It's hardly brilliant. Yeah, but he's got super potential. AM2 Racing says get Mahrez in. God, what a signing he'd be. Tyron says this camera not looking good. I know, I'm sorry. I'm literally just here to bring you the news. If you can hear it, then that's something. I'll go get my internet sorted in case there is any other breaking news after this. But guys, that's pretty much it. Like I think there have been little clues dropped across social media that make Arsenal fans hopeful and think that there must be something going on. And then you get transfer news from journalists like David Ornstein and others, saying that Arsenal, Aubameyang's on his way out. Arsenal are doing the outgoings. No one's saying that Arsenal. No one's saying that Arsenal aren't expecting incomings. No one's saying that Arsenal are ruling out any incomings. It's just looking very, very, very tough and very quiet. I would say when things go quiet as well, that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes I think you might hear journalists say, Arsenal really don't think they're going to do anything tomorrow. And then that tends to be the kind of that's Arsenal trying to put the feelers out to the journalists maybe and say, I don't know, or maybe their contacts. I don't know. I'm just speculating and waffling here. I will say that Spurs are about to get Kulusevski in, or they have got him in, and Rodrigo Bentancur. Listen, I think they're good deals because they add depth, and Arsenal. Actually, I think we all agree that when our first 11's out there, it's not too bad. It might get top 4, the first 11, but it's more about depth. You see, we lose a couple players, and you're moving Odegaard out of position, and you're tearing it all apart, and it's just so frustrating. So they're doing some business. We know Ousmane Dembele is looking for a Premier League club. Could that be Man United? I'd be amazed if Man United don't do anything. I think they will. And then the Arta loan as well is maybe still a possibility. But yeah, everyone's getting on to me about the quality. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to end the stream now. That was just the latest news from David Ornstein. Just to recap what is going on. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang closing in on a loan deal to Barcelona. They're saying it's going to be a loan deal. No loan fee, no option or obligation to buy. Is James filming on his calculator? You guys are hilarious. Yeah, they're saying going to be loan option. No loan. No purchase option, no obligation to buy. You guys distract me with your questions about cameras and all that. And yeah, that's it. That's a loan to the summer. It's just the wages and salary need to be sorted. But yeah, guys, that's that. Sorry about the camera quality. That's the breaking news. We'll just come live whenever anything kind of happens. I'll try to get my internet sorted by then. And yeah, we'll catch up a little bit later today. There is a live show tonight with me and Cecil and Turkish joining 11 p.m. tonight, where we're going to talk about just the transfer window with 24 hours to go. All right, guys. Lovely to see you. Lovely to chat. Sorry about the camera quality, as I mentioned. We do have the super chat. True Gunners TV says, doesn't matter what happens in the next 48 hours. If Edu keeps his job, it's a disgrace. We'll see. Let's see what he does. Yeah, let's just see what the window. Arteta's part of the recruitment policy as well, process as well. So, all right, let's see where we are a little bit later today and by the end of tomorrow. All right, guys, lovely to chat and catch up later.